Foundations is just one of those things that can make or break a look, and the market is definitely oversaturated with so many different foundations, skin tints, powder foundations, CC creams, so many options to choose from. So for today's video, I have all of the new foundations that I've tried in 2025. So I have 11 today, and I'm going to share with you my thoughts on them. I'm going to give you a live demo, and the goal of this is to help you find your perfect base. I will do a little ranking at the end for funsies, but for today, I'm putting similar foundations side by side so you can see the comparison. I just find that to be helpful. But just for background information, important for this style of video, I do have dry skin. As you can see, we're working with a little bit of acne, a little bit of discoloration. We have some freckles. I don't have perfect skin. So there you go. And as you can see, of course, we never use filters here. My HD camera is up close and personal, and you're gonna be able to see everything, to the detriment of my self-esteem when watching this back. But anyways, you'll really be able to see how it sits on real textured skin. So let's go ahead and get started. I have two stick foundations, so I figured I'd compare them to one another. So the first one that we have is from ColourPop. This is the Pretty Fresh Tinted Foundation Balm. It is interesting. It does feel a little balmy. There are 18 shades, and they say that this is a creamy skincare infused tinted balm stick, which, by the way, I do not like skincare infused products. I feel like it makes it look heavy on the skin, emphasizes texture, and reduces wear time. So skincare infused is always a red flag for myself personally. It's supposed to blur, have a second skin finish, buildable light to medium coverage. We'll talk about that in the demo. Feels lightweight, and you can use this as your all over base, conceal, or spot cover with this. It also contains hyaluronic acid. Oh, price, of course, $14. So it is very affordable. I've got to admit, you guys, generally speaking, when it comes to base, I don't love ColourPop's products. I find they don't last really well. Now this has a nice easy blend. I'm using the shade Light 6, but I'll have everything that I'm talking about and shade names that you can refer to down below. I have a light skin tone with a neutral undertone to it. I'm just using a Jones Road brush to blend her out. So overall, this product for me is just okay. It's not a product that I would really recommend just because I feel like you can get even better affordable options than this. It's not a bad product. It's a product that I would utilize but wouldn't repurchase nor give as a first choice recommendation to anybody. So that should tell you that. It has a nice, easy blend. It does have that balmy consistency, but I do find that it attaches itself to my dry skin patches. So I think that this actually might be a little better for oily skin, but not super oily, because this doesn't have phenomenal wear time. It doesn't have bad wear time, but not phenomenal. So I don't know if you can see, but it is just attaching itself to some dry patches that I have. I also would say this doesn't give quite up to a medium coverage. It's bordering the edge there. Let me show you the buildability of this. So you can build it up though, a little bit, but then I find that it looks a little extra dry and chunky, so it's not something that I favor doing. Overall, just an okay product. It's probably the most affordable product in today's video, and it's absolutely not the worst product in today's video either. But this next product is what I would recommend over this. ColourPop's gonna have a hard time comparing when Milani has their Conceal and Perfect Blur Out Skin Tint. So I'm gonna use the shade 7 Light Medium. This is $16.99, so $3 more than the ColourPop, and absolutely worth that additional amount. So the claims on this, it's supposed to be like a soft filter for the skin. It's supposed to be extremely blurring. It's supposed to be buildable, light to medium coverage. They describe it as a skin tint with a natural soft matte second skin finish. I do absolutely agree with that description of it, especially having that natural soft matte finish, which is not very popular nowadays. I'm actually very happy about that because I do find the glowier products emphasize pores and such, which isn't a terrible thing, but then you put on something a little bit more matte and you're like, oh, my skin actually isn't super textured. In my opinion, I don't always love a really glowy product, even though I do have dry skin, because I let other products give it a little bit of a glow. For my base, something not quite matte, but like a natural matte finish or a natural finish kind of in between, I find just makes the skin overall look smoother. I'm gonna go back and forth between a lot of brushes, cleaning them in between, by the way, so there won't be any mixing, but the Persona double-ended brush is going to be in this rotation. Okay, so when I put these side by side, you'll be able to see a visible difference, and I don't think any more explanation is needed as far as why, if we're in the store, I'm going to recommend you spend a little bit extra for the Milani. Plus, the Milani is a little bit more accessible in the places that you can pick it up. It has a nice, easy blend as well. Now, the ColourPop has a little bit more of a glow to it if you are in search for that, but look at that difference. Look at how much smoother it is. Look at how it's not sitting on top of the skin. Now, I do have a little bit of dryness, so it's not completely blurring over the dryness, but it's not anything that I'm bothered by. Nothing a good hydrating base couldn't fix, you know? I'm gonna build it up so you can see. And I would say this gives to a lighter side of medium coverage. As you can still see, you know, my moles, my freckles a little bit underneath, but they're pretty blurred out. There is a good cover over top. So side by side, I feel like it is a major difference between the two products. So this isn't like a which is better type situation, but when I'm putting them side by side, you can see this just flatters my skin a lot more. Oh, wear time, very good wear time. What has gone very viral is pairing it with the Milani Conceal and for Perfect Blur Out Smoothing Primer to get an even more blurred look. This is very, very good. I'm not like a true believer in blurring primers, but I feel like the Milani might make a difference. Okay, we have some more skin tinted moisturizer style products, lighter coverage products. So one that launched this year, and I think it was, I don't know if it was a reformulation, but it definitely was a re-promote, was the Laura Mercier Blurred Matte. This is $50, just quite pricey. A weightless tinted moisturizer that provides up to 24-hour shine control, hydrates for up to 16 hours, and reduces the appearance of pores. It gives light coverage, it doesn't claim medium, and has a matte finish. Okay, so my thing with this one, I use One and Birch, by the way, is I wouldn't recommend this for dry skin. I love the idea of a tinted moisturizer that's matte. Honestly, that's very hard to come by. I think this is a phenomenal product for oily skin because you get that light coverage. You still get a little bit of hydration since it is a tinted moisturizer, but it's more matte. I don't know how that works, don't ask me, but they just don't sell them. So if you're oily and you found with all of these glowy products that, you know, it doesn't have good wear, I really recommend looking into this. Laura Mercier is a master of their craft. Now, this sits a little bit on top of my dry skin. I love the original tinted moisturizer from Laura Mercier, but this just isn't the best option for me. It doesn't look the best. I don't mind it though. I don't care that it looks a little bit dry. I've enjoyed this on my skin, but I swear to you, every time I use this, you guys say, I get a few comments saying that this doesn't look that good on my skin. So keep that in mind that people don't think it looks good. I don't think it looks bad, but there are other products in this video that I do feel look better than this, and it is $50. The wear time on this is also very, very good. So my overall thoughts about this product: if you have oily skin and you want light coverage, look into this. If you still want a glowier look, put down a glowier base, add some highlighter, cream products. You can manipulate your base to look however you want, but at its core, your makeup's gonna last longer because of this. If you have dry skin, look into their other options. And then, by the way, this does give light coverage. Honestly, it gives a little bit more coverage, I feel like, than their original tinted moisturizer, but that's what the coverage is looking like, and it's not buildable. So don't do that. It will sit too heavy on the skin. Next tinted moisturizer I have is from Makeup Forever. It's the Super Boost. Listen to this. These Sephora words. Super Boost Lightweight Moisturizing Skin Tint with Hyaluronic and Polyglutamic Acid. That's the name of it on Sephora. But on the bottle, it's Perfecting Moisture Boosting Skin Tint. Very interesting, cute packaging. Now, their description of this, it's supposed to be hydrating, plumping. It's a skin tint. It's going to provide light coverage. Yeah, it says sheer to medium. It does not get to medium. It's a light coverage product. Leaves a healthy, radiant, non-oily feel. And I'm using the shade 03. It's interesting. You just push the top here and it comes out. That's what this looks like. This product, I don't love it, but I also don't dislike it. It's just kind of there. Again, I have other products that I prefer over this. It's not an all-time favorite of mine. A lot of the products that have launched recently are kind of like just mid. Not bad. They really don't create bad makeup anymore. You know, a good product has to stand out. There's so much competition. And to me, this one, I like the Laura Mercier better, but I will say this at $36. It is more affordable than the Laura Mercier. So you can see it has a true sheer coverage and it doesn't build up that much. You can get it to a light, barely light, but you can get it to a light coverage if you want it. But I do like just the overall healthy sheer layer all over the skin just to even everything out. It definitely looks very skin-like. I feel like it's acting a little funny right here. It's my skin. My skin is the problem. I stayed the weekend at my parents and I wasn't doing my full moisture routine and it's showing. But it does actually feel quite hydrating on the skin. It wears decently well. I feel like a product like this can't really wear that bad considering how light it is. But this is actually quite good for, think of like a teenager, right, to wear to school because it is so sheer, but it does feel nice on this skin. Obviously not just for teenagers. If you like this light coverage, it looks nice. I'm meh about this, but it's not a bad product. Last skin tint that we have is Milk Makeup. So they recently launched the Hydro Grip 12-Hour Hydrating Gel Skin Tint. It's $36. Now this is supposed to be a clean, non-comedogenic 12-hour hydrating gel skin tint having hyaluronic acid, light to medium coverage, natural dewy finish. Let me just say this, the packaging sucks. The product is always leaking out of the top, no matter what. Like you see, it's just coming out and the inside of this is so messy. So just for that, honestly, it's really annoying. I don't recommend this. I'm using the shade number 4. Now it is a gel consistency and it is very hydrating for the skin. I do agree that you can get a light to medium coverage with this. I'm showing you the sheer layer of it. But unfortunately, this is not a product that I personally recommend. The wear time on this, it's not great. It looks cakey and heavy very quickly on. This is a quick errands kind of throw on product for me because when you initially apply it, it does look really beautiful and hydrating, and it's actually a juxtaposition to, you know, how matte that Laura Mercier looked on me, but it gives a healthy, just applied skincare kind of look. It's similar to the finish that the Patrick Ta liquid foundation has as well. But the trade-off with getting that skincare look is it remains sticky all day. And I'm somebody where I just have a ton of baby hairs, a ton of regrowth always coming in. And so my hair sticks to my face all the time if my base is sticky. So I have to wear my hair up if I don't want my hair to stick to my face, even with a little bit of powder, you know? So it's just not functional for me. It can't be worn for more than 4 hours. My hair sticks to it. I don't like this, really. I don't recommend it. Like, what I will give it is this does look quite gorgeous. So if I'm literally wearing my hair up like this, I will reach for this. It is hydrating, making it good for a day like today where my skin has not been getting the proper TLC that it deserves. So something like this feels nice on the skin, but it's just not functional enough. I hate the coverage on this. I don't really recommend it, like, to anybody, so that's my opinion on this, but you do get a light to medium coverage. And let's see, not 12-hour wear. I don't know where they got that from. Is this the most expensive? It's close to, but we have the Hourglass Illusion Luminous Glow Foundation. This has SPF 30, it's $58. It says it has skincare, which is a red flag for me, as you know. Unbelievably luminous glow that lasts all day. Creamy texture, visibly smooths, diminishes the appearance of imperfections, even skin tone, reduces fine lines, moisturizing. Yeah, those are the claims. I'm pairing it with the Milk because they had similar packagings, but this is considered a foundation. I'm using the shade 6 for this. Now, when this launched, I was super excited about this because I love the Hourglass liquid foundation. I also love their tinted moisturizer. They have really lovely base products. So my hopes were quite high about this, but honestly, it's not my favorite. I just applied a lot. I'm sorry. I was just jibber jabbering and I wasn't paying attention. So this is gonna be on the heavier side of the coverage that it can give because I accidentally applied a thick layer while yapping. But let me use my IT Cosmetics brush to push this in. Anyways, my thoughts about this is it's okay. It is $58. I don't think it's worth the money. You know, if you want to get an Hourglass foundation, don't buy this one. You can buy literally any other of the 3 foundations that they have, except for the stick. I don't always love the stick, but anyways. Their Ambient Soft Glow foundation is actually one of my all-time favorites, but if you're going for a glow, get the Hydrating Skin Tint. It's $10 cheaper, and it's much more beautiful. This does provide a really good medium coverage though than the skin tint, but the skin tint just looks so much better, if you ask me. I love the glow that it gives, but this does give a glow to the skin. As you can see, it's not unbelievably glowing as advertised, but this is just for me an okay product. It's pretty hydrating. It doesn't have a bad wear time at all. It has a decent wear time. It's just there are a lot of other products that I would reach for. There's so much competition nowadays that this is just not a top runner. So while I like it and I don't really have anything bad to say about it, I have much more good things to say about other products. Both of these foundations, they're quite good for dry skin. I will say they feel fantastic on my skin right now and are giving me that really pretty just applied skincare kind of glow. The Hourglass is looking a little bit glowier than some other times that I've used it, I will admit. Sometimes I guess if my skin is thirsty and I haven't freshly shot my face with some hydration like I did prior to applying this, it has more of a natural finish. But today, and because I really lathered it on accident, it is a bit glowier than a lighter layer. So do keep that in mind. I don't know, like, I don't not recommend it, but I also don't recommend it. There are other products to get from Hourglass, just saying. So we have 2 different foundations. They both have a thinner feel to them. This one is the Maybelline Super Stay 30-Hour Lumi Matte Longwear Foundation. $14.99 at Ulta. Breathable coverage, luminous matte finish, which is counterintuitive. But anyways, resist sweat. I didn't know that. 30-hour wear, that's don't wear it for 30 hours. Feels light as air, fragrance free, all of that good stuff. Anyways, if you've been watching my videos, you know I love this foundation. I'm using the shade 112. Now this is truly not my shade. Is this the shade that I wear? I have a couple different shades. Slightly light, but it will look good with my chest. Anyways, I am loving this foundation. This is such a gem at the drugstore, and not even at the drugstore. In terms of new launches, this is just such a gem. This is one that I feel is actually standing out. My favorite thing about this is how it feels like nothing on the skin. It really is light as air. It gives up to a medium coverage, and it has more of a natural finish. It says Lumi Matte. It's like which way you're gonna go with that one. So I think it meets right in the middle. It really is semi-matte or demi-matte, I guess is how you would say it. I'm saying natural, but it's demi-matte. But what makes it natural and what I like about it, because it's so thin, if you put a glowy base underneath, it is just going to show that base through. A Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter Style product underneath this is gorgeous because it's a foundation that lets the glow come through, even though it still gives a light kind of medium coverage. And I think it's great for all skin types. Dry, oily, everything. And I feel like it looks so smooth. I love this foundation. As I've been stating, it's hard for a new product to actually stand out with all that's out on the market right now. And this one does. And it's drugstore. Even better. The L'Oreal Lumi Lake Glow Skin Tint. This is terrible. Do not buy it. It is $17 and they say unleash your radiance. This gives a lightweight hydrating tint to the skin, healthy glow, breathable, weightless, hydrating, soft lake glow, doesn't feel greasy, 16 shades. Anyways, they forgot to add terrible in the description. So there is a specific way I get this to work. So you have to work fast or this will dry patchy. One thin layer on this skin. If you add anything more, if you layer it up, it will get patchy. It will get clumpy. This is all you can do before you let it set. No more. I'm gonna show you how to best use it. But just know if I were to layer it on, it would look patchy. Which is a shame because this product honestly is almost so good. I mean, look at that glow. You see? It's starting to get patchy on my forehead. That's what happens. You have to work very, very fast with this product. It is a race. Only do half your face at a time. This was so close to being a good product because look at this glow. It's stunning without feeling heavy on the skin. It actually has a dry down. So it feels like it's actually gonna last, but unfortunately, that quick dry down makes it very difficult to apply. I think that this product would be good for oily skin because it has that glow, but it also does feel lighter weight on this skin, gives a light coverage. So I want to love this so much because if you learn how to apply it, that's stunning if you're willing to put up with it. But you are risking every time you apply it for it to have a bad application. Now for fun, even though I don't like it, I do utilize it. In particular with this Maybelline foundation, I'm just gonna quickly show you how good this is. I'm just gonna do a light layer of the Maybelline because I don't have all day, but these two layered together, I'm not gonna lie, match made in heaven, because like I said, this Maybelline is so thin that it allows a glowy base product to show through, and I just love the glow that this L'Oreal product gives. But again, you can get this with Charlotte Tilbury Flawless filters, even a little glowier. Like this combo, same foundation, one just with that glowy base underneath, and I feel like it makes all of the difference. I did a quicker application. I could make it look smoother, but stunning. So I don't recommend this. They just need to tweak the formula just a little bit and it would be a love. Next foundation that I have is from Lawless. This is the Forget the Filler Skin Plumping Line Smoothing Foundation. It's $43, and this claims it's weightless yet full coverage, non-comedogenic, blurs and smooths skin, but has a second skin finish, reduces the look of fine lines and pores. This is a fine foundation. Which shade am I using? 2F. And as you can see, as I'm blending it out and spreading it thin with my finger, it does absolutely have a blurring element, which I think glowy, even though they're still making a lot of glowy products, I feel like glowy is slowly moving out and blurred makeup is moving back in, which I think is kind of a recircle of the matte foundation that was really popular when I started getting into the beauty world, because blur is matte, but I think the products are going to be a little thinner, which will be more blurring. But anyways, look at that. Isn't that very pretty? This has a beautiful finish on the skin, but you know, I've never loved it. I don't know, like I never disliked it at all. It was always a really good wear. It's the type of product where I will finish this. I like it enough to keep it around to use it. But while I would finish it because it's a nice product, I also probably wouldn't repurchase it because the wear time on this isn't phenomenal. I feel like after a few hours, it does look a little bit heavier. It doesn't maintain this beautiful blur all day, but it has decent wear. It's good. It's fine for, you know, a normal 9 to 5. But if you are somebody who wears makeup for hours, like a full 12 hours, this is not a product that I would recommend to you. But if you just need it for a few hours of the day, quick little work day, then I think that this is a fine product. It does feel very nice and lightweight on the skin. I don't think it hits full coverage, but it's definitely a heavier side of medium coverage for sure, and it definitely blurs the skin. The finish isn't completely matte. I feel like there's a little bit of a natural glow to it, especially if you manipulate it with a base underneath. But overall, this is a good product. I enjoy it very much. So, I'm trying to think, like, I think this is good for all skin types as well. From oily to dry, I think this is beautiful. You might need a little bit of extra hydration if you're dry, of course, due to the nature of the finish, but it doesn't perform badly over my dry patches or anything either. So, it's a good product. Next up, I have at $46, the ABH Impeccable Blurring Second Skin Matte Foundation. This is a medium to full coverage velvet matte foundation. I guess matte really is coming in. Perfect Skin Blurring Second Skin Finish, 12-hour wear. I'm not obsessed with this foundation. It's by far got the thickest consistency in today's video. I'm wearing 1.5N and it gives the fullest coverage in today's video as well. And it really does blur, but it is a heavy duty foundation. It's definitely heavier on the skin, thicker on the skin, but it makes up for it in the coverage that it gives. And I think it performs okay with dry skin. Not amazing. I need to prep properly, but just given the fact that it is matte, it is heavier, I would expect it to not be perfect for my skin type. This foundation very much gives me 2016 vibes. Full coverage, thick foundations were all the rage then. That's what this gives. This is gonna give you nothing but glam, you know? The one thing that I don't love about this that really sets the tone for me is the wear on this is not fantastic. While it looks pretty nice and blurred right now, I do find that it breaks up and looks heavy And I'm somebody who has dry skin, so the fact that it really breaks up and looks cakey makes me not love it so much. So it's an okay product. I do give them kudos. It's different than what is out right now, that's for sure, but wear is so important, and this just doesn't do it for me. My skin doesn't agree with it after multiple hours of wear. So I will reach for this if I want that full coverage look, but it's not going to be for an all-night event, you know? Like a dinner or something would be perfect for this foundation. You get that nice coverage, but you're also not wearing it for 12 hours. But this is not a day-to-day foundation for me. I have a luxury option next, the Dior Forever Hydra Nude that launched this year. It's $57. She ain't cheap. But this one, they say it has a medium coverage, an invisible finish. Basically, this is really thin. Your skin is supposed to be able to breathe over it. It has a natural finish as well. You guys know I love my Dior foundations. I actually just recently did an in-depth video on all of the Dior foundations in their line. So if you are set on getting a Dior foundation, definitely check out that video. But I do believe everything that they claim about this foundation. It really is super duper light as air on the skin. It's very, very thin, and it does have a true natural coverage, which is refreshing. Again, you know, I'm just anti-glowy foundations, I think. Like, I like glowy foundations, but then I put on a natural finish and I'm just like, this my skin eats up, because it's not matte, so it's not drying on my skin, but it also isn't glowy as somebody who has pores and texture. So it just flatters the skin. Now, this actually is not my favorite Dior foundation. There are other foundations that I like more, but if you're somebody who hates the feel of foundation, doesn't like a heavy foundation, you know, that situation, and you still want that nice Dior quality, this is a good foundation. So while not my first choice in the Dior line, it is a beautiful, beautiful product. I mean, look at that. Is it second skin? I wouldn't say second skin, but pretty darn close. For me, the foundation stick is where it's at for second skin, but this is really beautiful. It definitely gives a lighter medium kind of coverage, and it just makes the skin look really fresh and healthy. So I enjoy this a lot. Nobody does a foundation like Dior. I'm wearing the shade 2N, and if you want to put some money forth, this is a beautiful product, especially if you like the lighter weight feel on the skin. The final foundation I have, you gotta work for it, but it's beautiful. This is the Age 20's Signature Essence Cream Foundation. It's, I think, $27, limited in shades. It's a Korean brand. I use the shade 25N. It has a beautiful marbling when you first get it. Obviously, I've mixed it all up, but you'll actually see as you dig into it, there's water drops in this, and you'll literally feel the water. This is an essence. You know how Korean skincare is so popular? This literally, you can see it, right? Super unique. Now, I love the way that this looks on the skin, but I'm not gonna lie, this is not ease of use, which is normally quite important for me, but I love this product so much that I look past it, but this makes the skin look like glass, and it's gonna take a lot of layering up, patting down, because it can apply a little uneven. I'm gonna use this Jones Road brush, nice and dense, to collect the product. Because of the liquid in there, sometimes it slips and slides as you apply it, making it a little bit uneven, but I just love the finish of this product, so I put it in my favorites. I think it's gorgeous. However, do be warned, it is important to me that a product is easy to apply, and this is not easy to apply, but I do look past it because I love the hydrated Korean glowy skin that this gives me. And I'm gonna go in with the sponge and pat everything in. It gives a glowy light coverage. You can buy it on Amazon. I'm trying to see, how do they describe this? They say medium coverage. Yeah, lighter side of medium, cream consistency, dewy finish, hydrating. Yeah, do agree with that, but hard to apply, but so smoothing yet glassy at the same time, which is a hard duo to achieve, because if it's glowy, most of the time it's gonna show that texture, but this is just stunning on the skin. It's one of the most beautiful in today's video, if you ask me, so I love it. But it's not an all-arounder because it's hard to apply. But like, I put up with it to look this juicy. I just wanted to go super light and fresh for today's makeup, but those are my thoughts on all of the new foundations that I've tried in 2025. But I also, as promised, will do a quick little ranking. Foundations is just one of those things that's so personal. Number 12, the worst product, I think, is the Milk Makeup Hydra Grip. 11 is the L'Oreal Lumi Leg Glow Tint. Now, quality-wise, this one is probably the worst, but it's so pretty, that glow, that I did put it a spot above. Then 10 is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Tinted Foundation Balm. Just doesn't sit as pretty on the skin. 9 is the Mercier Tinted Moisturizer Blurred Matte, which I don't mind, but you guys say my skin looks bad when I wear this, so I trust you. 8 is the Makeup Forever Super Boost Skin Tint. Now, from this point on, these foundations are all fine, or base products. I actually decided to opt for the Makeup Forever today as just a really natural, fresh base. It's fine. Then 7, the ABH foundation. Don't love it, but there's definitely a purpose for it. 6, the Hourglass Illusion Luminous Glow Foundation. Again, this is like fine. This is a middle of the road foundation, which is why it landed in 6. 5 is the Lawless Forget the Filler. It's very, very pretty, but not the best. 4 is the Dior Forever Hydra Nude. Very, very beautiful product, but I do prefer other Dior foundations. 3 is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Blur Out Stick. 2, even though it really doesn't deserve this spot, but I just love, I eat up the way this looks on my skin. The H20's Signature Essence, this thing. And then number 1, my favorite foundation that's launched this year is the Maybelline Superstay Lumi Matte Foundation. That's my favorite. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I was able to lead you into finding your favorite foundation. Let me know in the comments if you've tried any of these foundations, what your skin type is, especially if you have a different skin type than mine, or if you have a differing opinion. Would love to get that conversation going on in the comment section, so make sure you guys read it if you want more thoughts, more reviews. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.